Ah, isn't it extraordinary how life, this unpredictable, chaotic masterpiece, has a way of evening the odds? They thought they'd escape unscathed, didn't they? Oh, the arrogance. They wove their web of deceit, threaded betrayal into their actions, and reveled in the agony they caused you. But what they forgot, my friends, is that there's a force greater than them, a divine hand moving pieces they can't even see. Yes, God, the ultimate orchestrator, the master of perfect timing, has been watching all along. Their day of reckoning. It's not a question of if but when. Cruelty is a peculiar beast. They believed their venomous words, their toxic games, and their calculated betrayals would vanish without a trace. They thought the harm they inflicted on you would ripple away unnoticed. But here's the truth they failed to grasp: God misses nothing. Every tear you cried, every sleepless night, every moment you suffered, it's all recorded in His ledger. And now the balance must be restored. Their reckoning is on the horizon, closer than they could ever imagine. You might not see it yet, but trust me, it's coming. The storm they unleashed upon you will find its way back to them with the ferocity of a hurricane. It'll seep into their lives, twisting their relationships, disrupting their ambitions, and robbing them of peace. You see, my friends, you can't tamper with someone's soul and walk away untouched. The universe doesn't work like that. And here's the beauty of it: you don't have to lift a finger. That's right, put down your swords, release your anger, and let go of vengeance. Why? Because God's justice is far more profound, far more poetic than anything you could conjure. Karma isn't just a boomerang, it's an unstoppable force. What they threw at you is already hurtling back toward them, gaining momentum with every second. When it lands, oh, it will devastate them in ways they never anticipated. They thought their cruelty was just a chapter they could close, a scar they could leave on you without consequence. But deep down they feel it, don't they? That creeping unease, that nagging guilt, that's the weight of their actions catching up to them. And the irony? They brought this on themselves. You were their test, a divine gift, a chance to rise above their pettiness, to embrace kindness and compassion. And what did they do? They trampled on your grace, mocked your forgiveness, and twisted your love. They failed miserably, and now, God is preparing their lesson, a lesson they cannot ignore. Oh, they'll try to outrun it. They'll bury themselves in fleeting distractions, new faces, shallow pleasures, hollow ambitions. But the past has a relentless way of resurfacing. The pain they inflicted on you will echo in their lives, haunting their quiet moments, infiltrating their most cherished dreams. And it will hurt. Oh, it will hurt, because divine justice doesn't just match cruelty, it amplifies it. But you, my dear friend, you've already won. Your victory lies in your resilience, your ability to rise from the ashes they thought would bury you. You've transformed their cruelty into strength, their betrayal into liberation. That's a kind of triumph they'll never comprehend. And the regret? It will weigh on them like an anchor. Every cruel word, every callous action, every moment of indifference, they'll replay it endlessly, haunted by the realization of their foolishness. They'll try to rewrite history, to convince themselves they were justified, that losing you wasn't their fault. But the truth, the brutal, undeniable truth, will always be there, staring them down. They'll see you thriving, hear of your successes, and feel a fire in their chest that they can't extinguish. Their pride will keep them from admitting it at first, but deep down, they'll know. They'll know they lost something irreplaceable. And here's the greatest irony of all: while they're consumed by regret, you'll be soaring, living a life of joy, love, and peace they can't even fathom. You've turned their attempts to break you into the foundation of your strength. You've built a future they'll only dream of. So let them sit with their regrets. Let them stew in the chaos they created. Their burden isn't yours to carry anymore. Your role is to move forward, to embrace the blessings waiting for you, to celebrate the freedom they tried to steal. Because in the end, their greatest punishment isn't karma, divine wrath, or poetic justice. No, it's knowing they had the best and lost it forever. And you're free to grow, to love, to shine brighter than ever before. Walk away with your head held high, my friend. The past is behind you, and the future is bursting with possibilities. Let them carry the weight of their choices while you revel in the life you were always meant to live. That, my friends, is the ultimate justice. Here's a continuation to amplify the impact and maintain the same tone. rhythm, and message. But wait, there's more to this story, isn't there? The beauty of life's tapestry is that while they're tangled in the web they spun, you've stepped into a season of transformation. The ashes they left behind, you've turned them into the fertile soil of your rebirth. They thought they silenced your voice, but they only sharpened your roar. They thought they dimmed your light, but they couldn't handle the wildfire you've become. Every dream you were too scared to chase is now within your grasp. Every goal you once doubted is now a promise you've made to yourself. And as you climb higher, soaring above the chaos they created, you begin to see something they never could: clarity. The clarity that their cruelty was never about you, it was about their own brokenness, their inability to love, and their fear of being truly seen. Here's the thing: they can't outrun the truth forever. The shadows they cast in your life will become the mirrors in theirs. Every laugh they faked, every facade they built, every mask they wore will crumble under the weight of their own emptiness. And when they finally look into those mirrors, they won't just see the hurt they caused, you'll be there too, but not as the wounded soul they tried to destroy. No, they'll see you as the phoenix you've become, untouchable, unshakable, and unforgettable. And do you know the power in that? The realization that your happiness, your triumphs, and your unrelenting joy are the ultimate testament to their failure. The very life they tried to shatter is now the beacon that blinds them, a constant reminder of everything they lost. But let's shift the focus back to you. Because this story isn't really about them, is it? It's about your growth. It's about how you turned heartbreak into a masterpiece. It's about how you've redefined what it means to be resilient. The scars they left, you wear them not as wounds but as symbols of strength, of survival, of a spirit that refuses to be broken. You didn't just survive their storm, you've become the calm after it. The peace they'll never know. The freedom they'll never taste. The love they'll never feel again. And while they drown in the regrets of what could have been, you're out there living, thriving, loving, and conquering every battle they thought you'd lose. So let them stew in their self-inflicted misery. Let them relive their mistakes in the echo of every hollow relationship, every sleepless night, and every failure they can't explain. That's their journey to walk. You, on the other hand, are on a path paved with light, love, and limitless potential. And when the time comes, because it always does, they'll reach out, won't they? They'll try to rekindle the flame they so carelessly snuffed out. But by then, you'll be untouchable. Their apologies, their tears, their desperate attempts to undo the past will fall on deaf ears because you've learned the most valuable lesson of all: you don't need closure. The past is already written, and your future, it's blazing brighter than 1,000 suns. Keep walking forward, head high, heart open, and spirit unbreakable. Because while they're trapped in the ruins of their choices, you've become everything they feared you'd never be: unstoppable. So let them regret. Let them wish. Let them wonder. You're no longer their story, you're your own. And it's a story they'll never be able to touch, let alone rewrite.